Hello everybody, and welcome to the global webinar on sustainable brands and retail, organized by Abeltov Group. Over the next 30 minutes, we'll talk about the brands, how brands and retail companies are becoming more sustainable businesses thanks to their focus on people and planet. We also have three exceptional speakers: Javier Goyeneche, founder and president of EcoAlf, then Michael Skoo, HR director of RIMA 1000, and finally Paul de Jong, CEO at IKEA. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Magda Espuga, founder and CEO of KISSRETAIL Management Consulting, the Spanish member at Abeltov Group. Abeltov Group is a global alliance of consulting firms specialized in global brands and retail. We work closely with clients to help transform their business and develop innovative strategies and solutions for them. But let me start with our provoking questions. Why should companies take environmental and social issues seriously? Maybe due to the fact that 9 million people die every year due to pollution? Or because 1/3 of food produced for human consumption is lost, while many people are still starving. We are facing unprecedented times of changes, experiencing major transformations in consumption habits, as in the way we do business, both driven by digitalization as well as by customers who have never been as socially and environmentally conscious as they are now. On top of it, the COVID pandemic has generated an unimaginable health and economic crisis, recognizing how fragile we are. We as society have suddenly understood that the world needs a paradigm shift, a deep transformation, but with no previous similar history to be inspired from, and where businesses have a very important role to play. Aiming to contribute with such inspiration need, Abeltov Group has done a global research to identify brands and retail companies with strong values, as well as to understand how they are tackling social and environmental issues. We've identified many cases and checked which values and actions each company was putting more focus on, either on planet or social development, local community, employees' well-being, and or business ethics. We've then selected and categorized best inspirational cases, which I will briefly describe right now, so you can have a snapshot of what is included in the report. The first category includes companies whose leaders believe that we are exhausting the resources of this planet, but instead of doing nothing, they use their businesses, to reverse the situation. We've called this group pioneers, activists who are breaking the rules in their respective industries to contribute more positively. The examples described in the Sustainable Brands and Retail report are Patagonia, Beauty Counter, Tony's Chocolonely, and Everlane. The second category relates to companies extremely concerned by the negative impact we are generating. Because we're killing our planet, those leaders felt they had to do something about it. And what they've done is to create new companies to solve a problem. Great examples are EcoAlf, C'est qui le patron, Shift, and Bayome. Today, we have the opportunity to be inspired firsthand by EcoAlf founder and president, Javier Goyeneche. EcoAlf is a sustainable fashion and lifestyle brand of clothing and accessories. Javier Goyeneche, and welcome to Sustainable Brand and Retail Global Webinar. We're incredibly pleased to have you today with us, so you can explain in person the unique and successful EcoAlf business. I've always been fascinated by entrepreneurs and business innovation, learning about how makes you drive or create a new business concept. Could you please explain what prompted you to create EcoAlf? What's the story behind, why did you feel you had to create something to solve a problem?
EcoAlf was born in 2009. The idea was to try to create a truly sustainable fashion brand. And I believe the most sustainable thing to do was not to keep on using natural resources. So recycling could be a solution. I had sold another company in 2008, which was another fashion company. To be honest, to that point, I was a bit tired of fashion. So I decided I wanted to work in sustainability. For 1 year, I tried to find like a nice project in sustainability, a good foundation, somebody with an organization with good projects, but I wasn't able to find that in Spain at that moment. So finally, I decided, why don't I try to create a company which unites fashion and sustainability? My two sons had been born, Alfredo and Alvaro, and that's why the name of EcoAlf comes from the letters, no, from Alvaro and Alfredo, and I decided to launch.
It seems overly complex, but at the same time, very ambitious project. What has been the most or the hardest things you faced and the most rewarding parts of creating this business?
It's been a long journey. At the beginning, it wasn't so easy. To be honest, when I had the idea and I went to the market, there were no cool recycled fabrics. So we had to start developing all those fabrics and most of the materials. So it took me nearly 3 years to launch the brand. I mean, from 2010 to 2013, I traveled around the world making a lot of joint ventures to develop most of our fabrics and materials. No? So finally it was launched in 2013. And at that moment, to be honest, recycling and sustainability and circular economy wasn't so common. So many people really didn't understand about the need to recycle. But from there, I mean, it's just been a beautiful journey full of many challenges, but also a lot of rewarding. I think probably for me, the most rewarding of all this journey has been upcycling the oceans. No? This is a project we started in end of 2014. We started with 3 fishermen from the east coast of Levante who let us put a little container in the boats. So the waste, instead of throwing it back to the ocean, they will take it to the port. Unfortunately, mixed with the fish, every time they pull up the nets, there was a lot of waste. And right now it's over 3,500 fishermen. We're in 45 ports in Spain, nearly 1,000 tons of waste taken from the bottom of the ocean. So it's been incredible, no, to be working with all these fishermen since then, and all this collaboration. Mm-hmm. And then, well, I think we have a video, which is a short video, which also explains part of what we believe have been achievements over the last years since we started 10 years ago, and what are our main goals for the near future, which I would love to share with all of you.
That's great. So let's have a look at the video, and I will continue with some questions afterwards. Javier, I've noticed in the video that you've been certified by B Corporation and that both you and EcoAlf are playing an activist role. How important is for EcoAlf to promote conscious consumption?
Well, first of all, I think there was something I always had clear when I started the company, is that I didn't want the company to be a storytelling company. I wanted to be a story-doing company. So I didn't want to tell you how dirty was the ocean. I wanted to be part of cleaning the ocean. And that's something which I think has followed us all over these years. No, we want to be part of the change. We want to be part of that solution. So I think it's very important. I think the more and more we want to be part of that change, and more activists we become, no? And also always the people that try to get on board on the team, for me, it's very important. They might be very good in financial or very good in operations, but I want them to be activists, no? I want them to really believe what we're doing, which I think it's very important.
Mm-hmm. Just to conclude, what would you say, what are the key success factors of EcoAlf, briefly? In a nutshell.
Well, I think we've tried to be very transparent in everything we do. We've tried to have a lot of traceability, make real projects that people could understand. It's not so much about talking, but much more about doing. I think we are getting in very crucial years. Stop talking. I think it's obvious what's going on. We need to start acting. And that's something which many people at the beginning didn't understand. Why is this fashion company doing so many things which have nothing to do with designing a jacket and selling it? No, we spend a lot of our time doing other projects. And I think that's probably what has given us credibility, and why people probably are very supportive with our brand.
Okay, it's really, really impressive. So thank you very much for your time, Javier. I wish you all the best with your activism and the company, of course. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Impressive video and interview. Well, while doing the market research, we've also found companies which believe that in order to have a more sustainable business, it is crucial to combine the caring of people and planet in order to achieve profits. This third group is named Changing Business Models, due to the different way of doing business to contribute more positively. The selected cases are Co-op, Ray, Social Foodies, and Rema 1000. Today we are proud to count on a good friend and a former colleague of Rebeltoft Group, Michael Skoo, the current Human Resource Director of Rema 1000. I've asked him to condense in a video presentation what makes Rema 1000 so unique and successful business model. So let's have a look at the video, please.
Hi, my name is Michael. I'm a People Accelerator at Rema 1000. Rema 1000 is a discount store, making it easy, fast and cheap to buy quality food in a responsible way. This is the concept behind discount with an attitude, on which all our sustainability initiatives are based. As you're going to see, we're not an ordinary discount store. We are value-driven, and we do sell trust before we sell products. Because people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Since the very first opening back in 1994, we have been running our business on the basis of our 8 strong values. And due to continuously high transparency in our values, not just talking about our values, but actually truly living the values, customers at the latest YouGov survey ranked Rema 1000 as the most popular brand in 2020 in Denmark, swapping positions with Lego from the year before. The individual customers are our highest priority. Each of our 357 retailers does everything possible to become top of mind in the head of the customer. Or should I say, in the heart of the customer, because customers tend to buy with their heart. In fact, that is the key to our success. Independent retailers with strong personal initiatives and local ownership. But we succeed not only by having independent retailers, we succeed by having independent people. It is the people who makes the difference in Rema 1000, people with strong values. And it is the sum of each of our colleagues' decisions and actions that makes the difference. That's the way the magic is created. To make you understand how we manage to keep building sustainable business over time, I would like you to meet some of my colleagues.
When you look at the word impossible, you'll see that most of it is possible. Rema 1000 was founded by Odd Reiten in Norway in 1979, and in 1994, Rema 1000 entered the Danish market with independent retailers welcoming Danes to their franchise stores. Odd didn't only create a franchise chain, he also created a new way of thinking. He created a company driven by values, with real people making independent decisions based on these company values. Often companies have rules and policies deciding on how we make decisions and interact with one another. The downside of this approach is that these rules are inflexible and rigid, which leads to employees focusing on obeying the rules instead of improving their independent decision-making. A value-based company, however, has a set of values serving as a guiding principle for how we as employees should act. Ultimately, this means that we're able to make independent decisions, as long as they resonate with the company values and hereby move in the right direction. At Rema 1000, we have 8 set values that determine how we do our job, how we behave, and how we approach our surroundings. The Rema 1000 values are important to me because they define how we look at other people. They define how we should interact without everything being set in stone. We don't have specific rules at Rema 1000. We make decisions based on our values, and that's why they're important to understand. When you do understand these values, it's hard to look past them when you discuss management, talk to employees, or sell groceries. Trust-based management is fundamentally about believing in the individual. I have never felt the same level of trust as I do here. The employees might catch themselves thinking, what should I do with these groceries? But they don't have to ask. They just make the decision on their own. Giving them that experience is vital. I gain a lot of confidence when being shown this kind of trust. I'm able to develop because they trust me. Discount with an attitude means that we care about what we sell. We care about the product quality, the manufacturing, the transportation, and the packaging because we have a responsibility for the world we live in. It's about respecting each other and the world we're a part of. It's great that we care about more than just our sales numbers, that we actually care about our products. I enjoy working at Rema because of our human values, that we care about our society and the people around us. We hire people from vulnerable groups and people who are going through a rough patch in life. That's our CSR profile. We practice what we preach, and I respect it immensely. For this reason, I enjoy putting in a shift here at Rema 1000. We concern ourselves with 6 of UN's global goals, and we strongly care about our CSR profile. For example, we've saved millions of transportation kilometers with our customer-to-customer delivery program. Each Rema 1000 store is an independent store with its own registration number. The owner, the retailer, has made a franchise agreement with Rema 1000. This independence is extremely important to me because I value the freedom highly. I decide how the store looks, who I hire, and when I go home, all with support from the management. Retailer independence is our biggest strength. Each retailer gets to decide what is right for their specific store in regard to employees and customers. We can make the decisions right away. That's our biggest strength. We often talk about how nice and friendly the employees are. The employees are always extremely helpful. When shown trust, we gain confidence. It gives us the confidence to challenge ourselves and thereby develop. When we succeed, our confidence grows, and with confidence, we take on new challenges. In doing so, we grow as individuals. Instead of being Little Maya, I am now Big Maya. I have gained self-respect that I bring into my personal life. Even though I don't work 37 hours a week, I feel I make an impact at the store, and that is such a great feeling. I used to be very shy, but since I started here, I've grown a lot as a person, simply by talking to customers and colleagues. You can't do it all by your own. You need to be a team player to work at Rema 1000. Here, I feel like a human being, not just an asset. The values here resonate well with me. You feel appreciated and looked upon as an individual. It brings tears to my eyes when people show genuine enthusiasm and belief.
We are Rema 1000.
Well, the last category considers that business as usual is not anymore sustainable. And we are seeing with great joy how companies of all sizes and profiles adapt their strategies and operations to take courageous actions to transform. Those conscious leaders are facing impressive challenges to transform their business. And it's important to mention that the bigger the organization, the bigger the complexity, but also the bigger the opportunity to positively impact their sector. The group leading the positive transformation includes Botanic, IKEA, Inditex, and Dichem. And I'm delighted to share the interview to Paul de Jong, CEO and CSO of IKEA Netherlands, made by our Ebeltoft Group partner there and chairman, Frank Wicks. Please, Frank.
I'm pleased to introduce to you Paul de Jong. He is the CEO and CSO of IKEA in the Netherlands. My name is Frank Wicks, and I'm the Managing Director of Q&A and the Chairman of Ebeltoft Group. Welcome, Paul. Actually, it's not welcome to you because you're welcoming us. We are here at IKEA in Utrecht. And I would like to talk to you about all the achievements IKEA made in the past few years on sustainability. In 2018, actually your vision came to something like a completion, I would say, because you said it was creating better everyday life for the most people, but then added to it and having a positive effect on people and the planet. Recently you released again the sustainability report. Can you explain a little bit on the achievements IKEA made in the past few years?
Very welcome here in the store in Utrecht. And yes, the achievements, there are many on the field of sustainability. In my eyes, the biggest achievement is the commitment we have done to the world as a large company, and that is being circular until 2030. Our company is going to be circular by that time. We are well on the way. There's a lot we can talk about, but we know that the main achievement and the main impact sits in the value chain in product development and in sourcing. 40% of our footprint sits there. And that's where we are making big steps in product development, in sourcing raw materials. So our wood, for example, this year we have met our ambition. 100% of our wood is either as FSC certificated or it is recycled wood. The second thing, and that's already since 2015, we have all our cotton is better cotton, means that it all comes from sustainable sources. And those are very big achievements of which we are very proud.
If you're looking at becoming a circular company by 2030, what are the most challenging things then to do and create? Because I can imagine it has so much impact everywhere.
Yes, it is about building a total new model for IKEA. So there are many challenges. It's like we said, in the value chain at sourcing and product development, but it's also how do we extend the lifetime of our products by offering new services like the buy-back services we do. So customers can bring back their products and we bring them back in our circle or make them available as a second-hand product. You have services also like furniture as a service, where we don't sell the product anymore, but we lease it out to people for the amount of time they need it, and then it will come back to us, and we can repurpose it again.
This is something you're doing already in Amsterdam. Is it working well?
It always depends on how you define well, but it is a very relevant service. It's asked for. And we also see that it gives us the opportunity to offer a more circular service. So yes, we believe in it, and yes, we will also extend it.
So you're doing the furniture, it's leasing that people can do, so for a limited time. But also, if we are looking at the mattresses, I believe that you made a major step in the Netherlands also with your business model on that.
Yes, indeed. We are super proud on this, and first of all, we have a huge responsibility. We are the biggest mattress seller in the Netherlands. That is fantastic, but that goes with responsibility for the products. So we decided to find a solution for recycling of mattresses, and that you cannot do alone as a retailer. So that is also new. We are looking for cooperation. So we went into a cooperation with Renewy and Retour Matras, two Dutch companies, and together we invested in capacity to recycle mattresses, and that we have up and running today.
And what will be done with the mattresses? Will they be sold as new mattresses again now?
There's the two things here. The first thing what we do now is we recycle the material, and it is used for different purposes. The next step, what we're doing now, and that is super exciting, is we have found a way to reuse the foam, and with that we actually are going to build new mattresses which we're going to sell back to our customers. And that is the point where we've come very close to closing the cycle and being truly circular.
Yeah. You just also made a comment on second-hand products, so that you're buying back products. But how are you reselling them? Are they sold on your website or in stores?
Well, the first thing is we can see this as a first test. So we have introduced this service basically also to collect data and to collect the response of consumers. Well, the response, not surprisingly, is very positive. So right now we take it back in our stores and we resell it also in our stores if the product is still suitable for reselling. If not, we try to recycle materials from the products, or we even give it to good causes as well.
Okay. If you're looking at becoming circular, what type of management is needed? Do you need different skills within your team? At least your position, and I believe every position at IKEA now, the CEO is also the CSO, but that's only a title. But how did it change your way of leading the group?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's not about a title and it's not about a department. It's all about integration. And it's all about, as a management team of a company, acknowledge that this is a driver for business. And it starts with that. And then you work to common goal setting. So we have common goal settings towards sustainability throughout the whole organization. So everybody knows what is my contribution to sustainability, as an example.
So that's also within your KPI. So everybody virtually everybody has sustainability KPIs and within the company or not?
This is the idea, that we work with 6,000 people which work in the Netherlands for us, that we all have one contribution towards sustainability.
What's next on your agenda? So what's the biggest project now for you on sustainability?
Well, there are many things coming. Like we said, the mattress recycling will stay on our agenda, and we will upscale it. So we're looking into next steps now, if we can bring this also to Belgium and maybe even Germany. That's next, and that's a very exciting project. And then there is a lot coming in the range. So we are having already our plant bowls, and there are many more plant-based dishes coming.
Okay.
And of course also there are more and more of our products, and soon all will be sustainable, meaning that either it's from recycled materials or certified materials. So that's coming up. And very exciting to me personally is that we have a roadmap to 2025 for our customer deliveries, and we will do that completely emission-free by 2025.
And especially now already, if you're looking, so during lockdown periods, you became very acknowledged on doing business online because there was no other way in doing it. But I believe you do deliver today already in Amsterdam.
Yes.
With EVs.
Yes, we started this journey to emission-free delivery in Amsterdam. That's the first step. So we are doing that in a crisis. We invest in this to do EV deliveries to our customers. And now we have a plan to roll it out to the rest of the country.
Do you believe we can come out of this crisis in a green and better way?
It's not about belief. I think it's a duty for companies to do this. So yes, I believe.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's incredible, all those examples we are seeing. I mean, really surprising what IKEA is facing on the transformation. Let's continue with the report. We are seeing many companies transforming and defining new business strategies, embracing the triple bottom line principles: people, planet, and profit. But how can we start the transformation? In order to help you inspire your business teams, some tips on how to start the transformation journey for a better or positive impact company has been summarized in the report. It's a completely new approach you can learn from, which is why we are more than welcome to download it. The Sustainable Brands and Retail report includes many examples of potential solutions to reverse negative impacts your company may generate. There are many ideas to inspire each business area. From marketing to purchasing, operations department, etc., there are many opportunities to reduce inefficiencies, as well as many ways to improve employees' and customers' life. The potential improvements in each business department are endless. You will see it. So to conclude, we've seen how combining the triple line, people, planet, and profit leads to sustainable business, because this winning strategy makes organizations more relevant to customers, more engaging to employees, more collaborative within the industry, and more kind both to society and to the planet. And thus, in short, more efficient, relevant, and inspiring. So I hope you've enjoyed. Please do not hesitate to contact your local group, local partner for more information on how to positively transform your business, as well as to download your report on sustainable brands and retail. Thank you so much for your time.